more fun that way.
Yeah, of course.
Would you mind telling the audience what your name is and what it is that you do for your living?
Yeah, right. So I'm doing the best job in the world. I work for Breville. I live in the US now. I'm an Australian, and I'm running Breville's Global Specialty Coffee Business Unit. So that's the business unit that has the overarching umbrella of looking after the brands Baratza, who is born and bred in the US, and Lelite, the Italian espresso machine company that will be celebrating its 40th year next year. So very privileged to caretake those two brands.
I should tell you that I'm a bit of a homer for Baratza. Alvin Kim was someone I interviewed last year, and we talked through all the different grinders, and I have one at home that I use. I'm not sponsored by Baratza. You guys have a new product launch. Can you tell us a little bit about that and why launch it here at SCA?
Yeah, so we're super excited to be launching the Encore ESP Pro, which is it's an evolution, but also a step change in what we've done previously with all of our grinder platforms, particularly our conical grinder platforms. It's the first stepless adjustment grind mechanism that Baratza's ever introduced. It combines that stepless adjustment mechanism, which has a very high resolution grind adjustment in the espresso range. It moves 2.2 microns per degree of adjustment mechanism rotation. So it gives you the opportunity to dial in with high precision any coffee recipe in the espresso range without compromising the other brew methods. So you can grind everything from espresso right through to French press and cold brew, but there's a very high focus on the espresso range of the product. So that coupled together with a whole bunch of other, like really, I think, cool consumer features. Ion generator for reducing static and retention. We have two grind modes where you're able to dose in single dose mode, where you can pre-weigh your coffee, dose it in through the single hopper that we provide with the product, and then it auto shuts off when the last bean has been ground. Or you can switch over to hopper mode, which allows you to use a digital timer that has a precision of 0.1 of a second resolution, and so you can use that workflow if you want, timer or single dose.
I can tell you have like this, you know all this stuff, and I'm like listening to it going, I'm gonna like have to get my hands on it to like figure it all out, but it sounds impressive.
It's very intuitive to use, I must say. Like, we did a lot of work on the UI and the UX of the product, so it's pretty intuitive, and the workflow is pretty seamless whether you choose single dose or whether you choose hopper and the timer.
Very cool. I know, coming from Australia, strong coffee culture. You're now here, Seattle, strong coffee culture.
Yep.
You find yourself out and about in one of those great Seattle neighborhoods. You're gonna stop and order a coffee. What are you gonna order?
My go-to is always just a single espresso. That's generally what I start with, and then I'll move on to something generally milk-based. So it'll be some sort of double shot flat white or something similar will be my go-to.
Well, Phil, I really appreciate your time. Thank you for joining Coffee People.
Yeah, cool.
And congrats on the new product.
Yeah, great. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Pleasure. If we just touch it, it'll light up the display.
What we're using for this.
Oh, sweet.
So you can see that right now we're in the espresso range. That's what the ESP is about. Now we say there's 40 steps, but they're not really steps. They're actually 40 positions. With the positions, so you can see as we're turning it, it's going up to 40, and then once we get over 40, then it goes into the brewed coffee range. So this is when you get into the granularity for pour over, for drip filter, for press, and for cold brew. So this is, even though it's got these indications, you can feel when you use the mechanism is actually stepless.
Oh yeah. Can I put some coffee in there and grind it, or is it not? Oh, wow. Perfect.
Let's just grab you some coffee. We'll just dump some of this in any of the grind range because it was quite linear. So what we did was we wanted to fix that. So we have a mechanism that's sort of like it's got two slopes in its adjustment. So we've also got a flow control disc. So we stop popcorning.
Yeah.
It's also got the knob on top of the burr, so it's a quick release knob. You just spin it around and then you can pull the burr out together with the paddle and clean the grinder out. And then if we want to grind some coffee, this is a single dose hopper.
I love the tactile sound and feel of the Baratzas.
Exactly. So there we have in single dose mode, so it automatically shut off when the last bean was ground.
Yeah.
If you press and hold the button, then it will switch into timer mode. So this is where we're in timer mode, and we can adjust the amount of time that the grinder's going to run for, as opposed to using single dose where it'll shut off after the last bean was ground. So you can install a hopper, and this is what I like about this, which is an extension over the Encore and the Encore ESP is we've got a bean shut off. Really convenient when you're switching out the coffees that you're enjoying. If you've got the hopper in, and then you can fill it up, and then you can just use the timer to deliver the dose you want, using basically time as a proxy for dose.
Yeah. No, I like it a lot. Smart. It's one of those things where it's like, hey, these seem practical and logical, but if they don't exist, people don't use them.
The other thing that we've done with this product is there's a lot. So all of the front fascia here is all using die cast and anodized zinc. So it's like if you pick the product up, like the product's pretty weighty.
Oh yeah! Wow, really?
So
compared to the others.
We've got a lot of criticism for the Encore and the Encore ESP, and even a little bit about the Virtuoso Plus. A lot of plastic. We replaced a lot of the plastic with die cast and anodized zinc, especially in the front, with like high use areas and continual touch points where it's needed. So.
Well, very cool. Thank you for the time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
And I'm excited to learn more about it as I go.
Sliding into your screen is not just any coffee can, it's a Roastar coffee can. Don't need thousands, personalize just one in Roastar's Design Lab. No design experience needed. Choose a pattern, add your logo and text, or create something memorable with AI. Being made in the Midwest, you can expect it on your doorstep in no time. Now that was smooth.